What is up? I am going to do my 2021 in the bag video today. So currently rocking the classic Trooper bag. I'm loving this thing. Definitely carries enough discs for me. I'm gonna work down from my distance drivers. So my biggest and beefiest disc right now is an Opto Ballista Pro. I don't ever throw this thing, but if I ever am playing in extreme wind, or if I have a giant downhill shot maybe and I wanna have some reliable fade, I have that thing in the bag. Next up is my Lucid Misprint Sheriff. This is, I love this disc. This is about as stable as I generally need. If I'm ever throwing downhill and I want it to fly just straight for a long time, this thing is awesome. If I want to throw it flat, I can get it to fly straight for a while and have some reliable fade at the end. Love this thing. To round out my distance drivers, at least the ones I generally backhand, is my Discraft ESP Thrasher. This is in my top 3 discs in my bag. I love this thing. I throw this generally for all distance shots, all max distance throws. I throw this actually with a bit of hyzer, and I can get a full flight out of it. I can get it to turn over, turn for a while, and then come back and finish left. This thing I do throw this in the woods if I do have some room, but generally this is what I throw if I have a big wide open hole. This is a disc I have in my bag. I haven't thrown it really at all. I would like to work on this for my sidearm, but this is a G-Star Destroyer. Now on to my fairway drivers, and I definitely am the least secure about my fairway drivers right now. I'm still working on these. I've lost some recently, so I'm kind of working through what I actually want to start carrying. So I have 5 fairway drivers currently. Most stable is this Escape. This is a Lucid Escape. It's pretty domey, and this version is actually pretty stable. So this is my most stable disc right now. Next up is a Opto Explorer. This thing is awesome. It's pretty new, so I'm still getting it in, but I can get it to fly straight for quite a while if I throw it flat, but it reliably fades at the end. Next is a Opto Musket. I found this one on a course. It's pretty beat in. It flies almost identical right now with my next disc, which is an Opto River. Currently, a lot of redundancy and overlap with these 2 discs in my bag. I guess sometimes I'll feel it. I'll just want to throw a musket over a river, but these 2 pretty much do the same thing. Throw it with a little bit of hyzer, and I can easily get them to flip over. I'd say this one flies farther though. Really, really glidey. Last up and most understable is my Lucid Thief. This thing has got a really low profile. Most pros, if they do carry this, is their roller disc. For me, it's I can throw this with quite a bit of hyzer, and I can get it to flip up and give me a full flight. It's really nice in the woods. It's really, really nice if I'm throwing uphill. This disc feels very comfortable to me in a sidearm grip. I should be able to throw more disc sidearm, but I tend to be pretty picky with the comfort and the feel. This one I really like the way it feels sidearm. Moving on to my mid-ranges, I currently have 4 mid-ranges. The most stable being a Biofusion Verdict. This thing is awesome. I can get this to fade super reliably. If I'm throwing, I'd say a little over 200 feet, maybe 250 feet or so. This thing is, and I can get the line where it can fade right. This is gonna be my disc for sure that I throw. Got this Opto Compass, and it's got, I don't know if Plaid 64 calls these metal flakes, but it does have bit of a glimmer to it. So I don't know if that affects the stability, but this thing is really nice. I'd say it's pretty straight flying with some reliable stability. So if I throw it, generally I won't turn it over. If I throw it with a little bit of hyzer or throw it flat, it's gonna be a nice smooth fade. Next up is a Fusion Truth. This is an OG Truth, it's not an EMAC Truth. This thing, to me, is the sister to this disc. They feel exactly the same in my hands. They feel the same, they're basically the same plastic, biofusion and fusion. So this thing feels the same in my hand, but it's a lot less stable. In the wood, I really like this in the woods. For backhand, I can throw it backhand, make it fly straight for a long time. Likes to hold that line, and it feels really comfortable in my hand for sidearm as well. Lastly is my Opto 2021 version 1 John McCrae Glimmer Opto Fuse. This thing is awesome, very, very understable, very glidey. I can throw this 300 feet easily. Love throwing this in the woods. Give it some hyzer and it'll pop up and I get a really late turn on it. Really, really nice if you need to get the disc to travel right a little bit, but then continue on forward. I love this disc. I'd say this is in my top 3 discs right now. Top 3 favorites. Unfortunately, I just lost my other top 3 favorite disc. I don't even know the plastic, but it was a heart. So I'm going to be replacing that soon. But I have this Opto Pure. This is a little bit newer to my bag. I'm learning to throw this mostly backhand. I do sidearm every now and then if I'm going to be, especially if I'm lunging to the right, trying my best to get something this way. If I need to throw it around the corner and have a slow fade to flat, I'll sidearm this sometimes, but mostly it's a backhand disc. So that's all the discs I throw. Right now I'm putting with just your standard DX AVR, 172 grams, but pretty exciting. I just turned in some discs to play in sports, and I just picked up one of these Retro Burst Pure, super low profile, very, very similar in the hand to an AVR. The only real difference, other than it's flatter, is this part right here where I will lay my finger down. It's a bit beveled. There's no bead, but it's just a little bit beveled there. So it feels really similar to me in the hand as an AVR. Loving Latitude 64, and I'm tempted to just commit to a new putter just for fun. But that is everything I have in the bag currently.